What's going on, guys? BladeZilla here, and today we're taking a look at a new knife from our friends over at Chaves. This is an unboxing of the new slip joint. So figured I'd show the box just because typically a lot of the ones we have been in kind of black boxes. Actually, with the exception of, I think, the Scapegoat came in a red box as well, but hey, cool box, looks good, super brandable, unique. Figured I'd open this guy up and take a look at what we got here. So, a couple things right off the hop. You get that cool slip as well. Obviously it's a slip joint, but pretty cool that it comes with that. And then the knife itself, which is what we're going to focus our time on, but hey, why not go through a couple other things here. Okay, well, we've got that unboxed. I had to struggle pulling a ribbon there. Anyway, so this is the new slip joint. As a reminder, before we get into this, visit my site, BladeZilla.ca, where a lot of the knives featured on this channel are available for purchase in Canada. So just added some carbon MSIs. Got a bunch of carbon stitches coming pretty quick here as well, which is awesome. So BladeZilla.ca. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to look at this gorgeous new slip joint. So where do we even start on this guy? Where do we even go? I think, you know, I've done now, what, a year and a half of 2 videos a week, I believe, and I've never once done a slip joint, which is crazy. So, no flipper, no thumb studs, just a nice little 90-degree / 180-degree turn on this Chaves. So it looks cool, man. Like, it's definitely given me vibes of a couple of their other models, but it's a lot smaller than I was kind of expecting this guy to be. And to give you an idea, let's grab my Neon. There's your Shirogorov Neon, which is not a big knife in the first place. So it's not big. And what else can I kind of find here without my email going crazy? Let's just mute that. We'll grab our standard Chris Reeves large Sabenza and our small Sabenza as well, to kind of show the sizing a little bit better. So there you go. So they're calling it the Rendencion Slip Joint. Tie handle, copper inlay, which I think looks sick, and then I believe it's a belt satin M390 blade. So there's your kind of 2 comparison for size, but it's not big. This is something you can throw in your pocket, throw it in your glove box, throw it in your, I was going to say ashtray, but I don't know if they come with those anymore in the cars. And it's so funny holding this, I'm so much defaulting to just trying to open that right here, but anyway, that's pretty funny. Super cool knife. I love the I love that copper inlay. I think that looks real sick. But, you know, stonewash tie, it just looks and feels like a Chaves. It's not big. I can get 3 fingers on it, and I think that's all you're really kind of meant for. You're not getting a 4th. On the flip side here, same thing, stonewash all the way around, which looks nice and gorgeous. The blade is kind of well, it looks like it's almost, that transition from the slip joint is just so tight. I'm trying to get the camera to focus to show that. There's not much to really show there. But that's a nice little touch. Obviously down the spine, you can kind of tell that those 2 materials aren't bonded. Or I guess what I'm looking for, it's not one piece, it's not a fixed blade of any kind, but it looks pretty darn close. I'm just kind of looking inside the top. And then that belt satin, just gorgeous. I love lately, when the Riot made stuff, they just really like to do these compound grinds that look so good. And then it just snaps shut. Let's take a look at the centering on this particular one. Perfect. I love, you know, if I'm looking at this knife to maybe take some photos, I'd probably focus more on that copper and that little logo there, because I think that just looks real sharp, pun intended. Hardware-wise, we're looking like, well, probably T8s. Kind of all the way around, although my spidey senses are telling me that these ones might be a little bigger, but that could just be the size of the actual head of the bolt. It could absolutely be the same all the way around. Now on the flip side, just the pivot. Pretty cool. Actually, really cool. I love that layering too back here. That's done really nicely. Price-wise, I think these guys tabled at nothing crazy. I think they were sub $300 from Chaves US. Right around. I'm thinking they're right around $300, maybe 280, 275, something like that. But pretty normal for them, considering like a lot of the 229s and whatnot. I think they're north of 410, 425 now US. So pretty good value for Kai M390. But remember, it's not a big knife. Doesn't use a ton of material, and isn't anything too beefy or burly. It's, you know, the cutout in that blade is definitely usable, definitely firm. You know, you can get right down this with your finger as well, which is all you really want on a slip joint, is just to be able to use the entire blade. So I think this is pretty cool. I think that a slip joint for me is something I'd probably end up somehow cutting myself with, because I'm so used to frame locks and flippers. You know, pretty cool. I'd be curious to see how that inlay lasts over time as well, how that's kind of bonded in there. But it certainly looks sharp, looks the part. And I'm telling you guys, like, remember, I film these, I zoom in the camera and whatnot. It's not a big knife. So, you know, this to me is something I feel very comfortable putting in, almost like a, you know, full dress application. So something small, but, you know, in a suit pocket, it would be perfect for that. Or like I said, in your car, just as something that you don't want to use for heavy use, or the glove box or whatever. It's probably something that's to help versus be the main event, if that makes sense. So a real nice knife. I'd be curious as well if they're going to do any versions of different blade grinds on this. But this is probably the one you'd want, honestly. It's more of a Tanto. I think it looks real nice. Let's get some measurements on this, because I'm completely omitting that, and I apologize. Anytime I get something new, I just get a little... This is my first kind of look at it as well, so it's always good to kind of give you my real first impressions. So blade length, I'm getting 2 and a little over a quarter, 2 3/8, somewhere in there, to the center of that choil. I think on paper they're claiming it's 2.5, but that's probably to the choil there. And then 3 3/8 for handle. Overall length, sub 6 inches. But remember, it's not the size, it's how you use it. So 5 3/4 is kind of what I'm seeing here. Maybe a little more, 5 7/8. So anyway, it's less than 6 inches. That's what she said. And it's not the size, it's how you use it. Certainly a nice knife though. Weight-wise, let's get a weight on this. That I do not have, but I can't see it being any more than 3 ounces. In fact, I would assume that it's far less than 3 ounces. Well, my far less is, you know, what, half an ounce maybe. Let's see, zero this guy off. Can the camera see the weight? Let's close this so I don't hurt myself. And what do we got? 2.5, 2.6, 2.6, and 2.6. So I'm getting 2.6. So yeah, we're in the conversation of sub 3, which is where you want to be. But it's also very, very thin. Very, very thin. But I just think it's, you know, for Chaves, like, they have long been known to make really big, punchy, heavier designs. And this is definitely a little different from what I'm used to, but they're same, You know, they're same boxy sections. You know, they're big swooping bevels kind of all the way around. They've certainly maintained their design language while throwing that copper inlay in, while doing a nice big cut for that slip, or for the blade pull there. Also really nice. And then you get that satin, the belt satin on there. It's a good looking knife. You know, like I said, not a heavy user, but just something you can certainly live with when you can use it. And that's kind of what your slip joints are typically for. It's, you know, you're not going to go cut refrigerator boxes with it, but could you? Yeah, probably. Let's take a look on the inside. I can't imagine this thing's milled out. In fact, I don't even know where my light is. There we go. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's plain all the way around. Plain all the way around, nice and smooth under the top too, so pretty simple. Definitely a knife that's under the keep it simple stupid type motto, with a little flair and a little aggression from that compound grind and that inlay. I just wonder why they went with copper on that inlay. It's kind of random, unless I'm missing something. And I'm not complaining that it's out of place. It just is unique, right? It's well done. And it makes me wonder, if you do copper this time, are they going to do other variations of it? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, I wanted to do a quick video. I'm going to be throwing a bunch of these up on the site. So, you know, the one that's in the image of the description on the site will be this knife. I only ever take out one, and figured I'd, you know, talk for 10 minutes on it and show it for those that wanted to see what the knife actually looks like. But yeah, I've got a little bit of a stack of these guys here to go out, and they should be up on the site, I imagine, probably before this video goes up. But you know, it should, you know, pretty regular item depending on availability and whatnot, but should be pretty well stocked. All right, guys, have yourself a fantastic week. Enjoy it, and we'll be in touch soon. Talk soon. Later. Peace.